Hello, good evening. Good evening. Suman sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, Venkatesh?
Yeah, we request all the teachers, please mute yourself. I request everyone, please mute yourself. We'll start the program. We request all the teachers, please mute yourself. Yeah.
గుడ్ చేశాను నేను చూడు మ్యూట్ లో ఉందా లైవ్ మీటింగ్ మ్యూట్ లో ఉన్నానా నేను ఏ మీటింగ్
Classical singer to get us
Sir, can you hear the song?
started with a prayer song. So Krishna
Yes,
Priya
sir. We can hear.
at this time
Yeah, thank
with
you
a
so much.
prayer song.
गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं ईश्वरं श्रीगजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरम् अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरम् अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरम् अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरम् गणाधिसन्नुत पदपद्मकरम् अजेन्द्र पूजित विघ्नेश्वरम् गणाधिसन्नुत पदपद्मकरम् कुञ्जरभञ्जन कुञ्जरभञ्जन चतुरतरकरं पुरुगुहाग्रजं प्रणवाकारं कुञ्जरभञ्जन चतुरतरकरं पुरुगुहाग्रजं प्रणवाकारं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं भजामि सततं सुरेश्वरं श्री गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरम् Thank you.
Thank
Good evening, all. Myself, Venkatesh Panyam. I am the co-founder of EdBloom. We started EdBloom in 2021 to connect the students, teachers, and parents across India. So as of today, EdBloom has 61,000 registered users. Out of that, 34,000 students are there. Nearly 10,000 teachers are there. And around 5,000 parents have registered for EdBloom. So we are actually providing the guidance for the students who are preparing for JEE Mains, NEET, and also we also give guidance for the students who are preparing for other exams. All the students may not be interested in JEE Mains, all that. So the main purpose of this platform is to guide the students in whichever the career they want. Some students do not have an idea what to choose. Recently, in LinkedIn, I got one request from my old students. That girl, when I checked the profile, it was written like this. I joined MA Economics in Madras University. I know that that girl is doing actually has completed her BTech in computer science. Then I sent her a message. Why did you choose an MA Economics after completing computer science in AML? She said, sir, I'm not interested in this IT jobs. So I understand that most of the students are choosing some careers which they don't have an idea. They're just following the follower. I always say, don't follow the follower. If somebody is doing some XYZ course, I also want to do the same thing. I always say, never ever do that. This is called herd mentality. Especially in South India, it is predominant. Everybody wanted to do machine learning. Everybody wanted to do computer science. They're not thinking about anything else. The problem is even with the parents and the teachers. We are not guiding the students to other courses other than engineering and medicine. The problem is not every born is for engineering or meant to be an engineer or a doctor. There are a lot of hidden talent, a lot of skills will be there. But unfortunately, as nobody has the idea about other courses, so they are unable to guide the students. So definitely, Anurag sir is also going to agree with me. When he talks, he's going to tell us because he's more experienced than me. The good thing today is all the three of us, myself, the host, postgraduate from physics, I'm also a teacher for 25 years. Anurag sir is a very famous physics author. And even Dr. Srinivas Garu, the Vice Chancellor of Vikram Sambhar University, is also physics. It's a coincidence. We didn't plan it like that, but it happened. So definitely this year, we are so happy to have the physics people. I always say that physics is the king of sciences. If a student can master physics, they can master anything in life. So definitely, this session is going to convey the message to the students, our parents, the teachers who are listening to this webinar, either on YouTube Live or who joined in this program. So we want to educate the teachers also because teachers are the first people who can mentor the students. If a teachers have proper knowledge about various courses, and definitely they can guide them. So recently there is one student in my class. He says, sir, I'm not interested in engineering. I was actually wanted to become a doctor. And asked the girl, who told you to join MPC? She said, my principal sir. My principal sir is a maths teacher. When my parent took me to him, he said that don't go to BPC because you do have limited options there. If you can't get to NEET, you may not have position to get into some good career. So better go and join engineering. That girl, for the rest of the life, definitely I can say, she'll live with regrets. She always wanted to become a doctor, but unfortunately, the principal has guided her wrongly because maybe he's thinking that if she chooses medicine over engineering, she may be in a problem. So this is what the most of us surrounded with. So let us identify the students based on their interests and what is deciding their future is their 10th class marks. I've seen most of the parents, if a boy or a girl get 550, 560, 570 above, they are choosing either engineering or medicine. If they're getting 400, 450 plus, they're not going to these courses also. They want to go to BBA, BBM, thinking that they are easy courses. So in my opinion, nothing is easy. Everything needs a different skill set. So I think that things have to change. So in the coming years, the student just having a degree no longer going to get a degree. I mean job. So definitely, recently, Elon Musk and Jensen Huang, the co-founder of the company called this even the people who are experts in science domain, the they're saying that in the coming days we need more students who prepare basic sciences. We don't require engineers who can do coding because AI can do that. What exactly the coming days we require is the people who know basic sciences. So definitely the circle is again coming back. Definitely the people who are getting into basic sciences and the core engineering groups, they are going to have better placement than the people who are getting into only the IT. So with that, I just wanted to conclude myself. Once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful session today. And we have two beautiful guests today with us. And without wasting time, I want to introduce today's speaker, Professor Srinivas Rao Garu. We know him from almost 3 decades. Very happy to invite Dr. Srinivas Garu as a chief guest for the second anniversary of EdBloom. We know his journey from a lecturer to vice chancellor. Definitely, he is an inspiration for all of us. We know how Dr. Srinivas Garu started his journey as a faculty from a college to DTU, then to a very the topmost position for any faculty can imagine as the Vice Chancellor of University. So today I want to just give you a brief. He has a lot of information to share. He's also additional in charge of Vice Chancellor for Yoga Vemana University Kadapa also. He is doing, I think it's a rare for any Vice Chancellor to handle two universities at the same time. So he has that wonderful, the government of Andhra Pradesh has a confidence that he can deal with the two universities at the same time. So it is very difficult to read out all the biography because he has a lot of research papers on his name. Even if you Google it, you can see a lot of information about Dr. Srinivas Garu. Because as the man who is always fond of physics, he did wonders in the field of physics. So I'll take a small time to introduce the today's speaker. Professor A.S. Rao, popularly known as, is the present Vice Chancellor of Vikram Sampur University, Andhra Pradesh. It is in Nellore. So he has 30 years of experience. Out of that, 26 years as a faculty, 4 years as a postdoctoral researcher, guide. And his research interests are photoluminescence studies of rare earth and transition metal ions, doped glasses, phosphorus and nano phosphorus for photonic and biophotonic device applications. Research publications, my God, he has 270 research publications. I request everyone, please clap for the sir, because I think it's a rare feat. Nobody has these many research publications on one name. So definitely deserve a big round of applause. We all have to appreciate Srinivas Garu because he has so many research publications on his name. Out of that, 180 paper published in proceedings, conferences, and sponsor research projects. 1992 till date, he got 3 crores worth research funding. A completed sponsor research project 2.7 crores. Ongoing sponsor research projects 30 lakhs. Research guidance. PhDs complete 25 awarded under his name. 2 pre-talk completed. Ongoing PhD 10. So a lot of people are getting our mentorship from Dr. A. Sagar. And teaching activities, applied physics, first year and second year undergraduation, semiconductor devices for undergraduation, physics of engineering materials, condensed matter physics, nuclear physics, electrical and electronic engineering materials, all these topics he is teaching for undergraduate students when he was in DTU. He has a lot of experience in India and even worked in abroad in some laboratories for his collaboration. The lot of research he has done in various institutions. Definitely, it will take us to read all that at least half an hour time. So he is man of material. He has a lot of work on his name. So definitely we are even awards and honors. Let's take Stanford University USA published as one among the top 2%. This is a very, very, very rare achievement for any person in science. Again, I request everyone, please clap for him. You were chosen as the 2% among all the scientists across the globe. You were chosen by the Stanford University said it is published as one among the top 2% of the scientists in the world, according to the annual ranking for the past 4 consecutive years in 2021 to 2024. So again, this is a wonderful achievement by Dr. S. Rao garu. And he also got a Best Teacher Award from Yale University when he was working as a professor there in Yale University. And he also got one more award 7 times. This is a rare achievement for any teacher. Commendable researcher, he got 7 times when he was in DTU. So, establisher of Advanced Material Research Laboratory in Yale University, and Materials and Atmosphere Research Laboratory in DTU, establishing Atmospheric Research Center at DTU Delhi, Research Science Award by ISRO Bangalore.
Black, black,
The list is going on, going on. So, yeah, I request please everyone, please mute yourself. So, without wasting much time, let me introduce today's speaker, chief guest of this program, S. Rao garu, who is now working as a vice chancellor of Vikram Singapore University, Nellore. Sir, now you can talk. Yeah,
Thank you, Mr.
yeah, we request all the teachers. Yes, sir, you can talk.
So, thank you, Dr. Venkatesh, for introducing me to the audience. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. See, just now in the introduction, Mr. Venkatesh, he told that in today's world, students are getting influenced by their friends, their teachers, their neighbors, their relatives, and choosing the fields as per the choice of their friends, relatives, etc. And they are not looking at their interest. And they are jumping into the career, whichever is coming across to them, not finding their potentials, not finding their interests. So as a result, they are landing somewhere and at some stage later, they realizes that the whatever they are having, that is not their cup of coffee. So they wants to do something else after sometimes it may not be possible for them. So he rightly pointed out that students are getting influenced by others. Yes. So students need to focus on their interest. They have to find out in which area they want to excel, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and what are the opportunities available for them. So without getting influenced by others, if the students are focusing on their strengths, weaknesses, interests, taste, definitely every student will become a successful person. As told by Mr. Venkatesh, the opportunities are unlimited today. Engineering and medicine are not only the fields where the students can flourish, and they can opt for, there are so many other courses as pointed out by Mr. Venkatesh, and they can focus on such kind of things and get a good livelihood in future. And second thing is, Indian education system is at crossroads. We have experienced the conventional kind of educational system, which is so rotten, so successful in producing the world leaders like Sundar Pichai. So I can take so many names who are ruling the tech world in Silicon Valley or anywhere in the world. See, as a matter of fact, the total tech world is ruled by our Indian students only. Students who are trained in Indian schools, students who have studied in Indian Institute of Technologies or National Institute of Technologies or some universities, state universities, deemed universities, etc., etc. So our educational system is so proven. I can say it's a very good education system, but still, as the time is passing, everything need to be changed. So there is a time for us to get some change in our educational system also. We know that Indian population is reaching to 150 crore. And at any point of time, if you count the number of students coming out of the higher educational institutions for want of job, that will be somewhere around 35 to 40 crore. So for such a big number, 35 to 40 crore, no government can provide jobs. And even if you depend on private sector, to some extent only, private sector can provide jobs for these people. So the so in India, there is a need for changing the system, educational system, such that the students coming out of the higher education institutions should come out as a job providers rather than job seekers. So, keeping this in mind, how to produce the students coming out of the higher education institutions as job providers rather than job seekers, our government has taken some changes in the educational system, and that is nothing but NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020. Since majority of the students are listening to me, I just want to bring some kind of information related to this NEP 2020 and what are the drawbacks in our so proved educational system and how the government is aiming to overcome those drawbacks and ultimately to produce job providers rather than job seekers. See, in our old educational system, students are restricted for certain kind of boundaries. Say, for example, the student is opting for HEC, History, Economics, Politics. In BA, again, he has to go for the same stream, BA, Economics, BA, History, like that. And for post-graduation also, obviously, he has to take either politics, political science or economics, etc., etc. So, fortunately or unfortunately, maybe by the influence of his friends, by the influence of the relatives or somebody else, at +1, +2, if the student is opting for arts, and later, if he finds his interest in science, in the present system, it is not possible. So those who are taken only MPC or BPC are entitled for studying BSc courses in different subjects as well as MSc courses. So the present system is so rigid, it is having boundaries, and we have to pass through such kind of system only. So at later stage, if the student is realizing and finding that his interest is something else, so in the present system, there is no chance for him to rectify his mistakes. So art student has to take only arts in graduation and post-graduation. And if a student is pursuing mathematics, he cannot go for medicine after +1, +2. So like that, the system is so rigid and it is not allowing the students at later stage to live as per his choice, to live as per his interest. And see, government through NEP 2020, it has smashed the boundaries. So students are given so much of freedom, academic freedom. So the students who are studying arts at later stage, if they want to become engineers, if they want to become doctors, or if they want to become chartered accounts, so they can do it now. So the only thing is at graduation or post-graduation, they need to do some kind of prerequisites. They have to do some prerequisite courses. If they finish it, then they can join for the entirely different streams also. And second, this is one very good advantage in the national education policy, where our old education system is not having this kind of scope. So the boundaries are so rigid in the old education system. In NEP 2020, all the boundaries are removed, and students are given so much of choice. They can live as per their choice at later stages. Right? That is one thing. And second thing is, in our educational system, in old education system, the scope for internships, the scope for skill development is very less. And that is now enhanced in NEP 2020. So they are encouraging the educational institutions to bring some kind of industry collaboration and change the curriculum as per the industry requirements and ask the students to go for internships. So these kind of internship program helps the students to gain hands-on experience, and so that they will be industry ready after completing the course. And if some students they are thinking so innovatively, they can also finally become entrepreneurs, job providers, rather than job seekers. So like that, I don't want to take much time on this because my topic of interest for today's talk is different. So I'm just giving some kind of introduction for the present education system and asking the students to go through the new education policies and have the courses of their choice, their interest, their taste. So ultimately, the goal of NEP 2020 is to make the students as entrepreneurs, majority of the students as entrepreneurs rather than job seekers. So by introducing some changes in the educational system through NEP 2020, the ultimate goal of the central government is to produce the graduates coming out of the higher education systems who are critical thinkers, problem solvers, and solution providers. I'll repeat: critical thinkers, problem solvers, and solution providers. So, through the new education policy, whatever the training that the students are getting, that should make them as critical thinkers. So that critical thinking is possible only when the students are given a multidisciplinary approach. So earlier, if the student is studying physics, he will focus on different areas of physics only. Now in the present education system, major, minor, open electives, because of all the choices, a physics postgraduate student can select artificial intelligence as minor, or machine learning as minor, or economics as minor. And some new subjects are evolving, econophysics, physics with economics. So like that, so some multidisciplinary subjects are coming up. So students can get exposure for such kind of multidisciplinary subjects. And if a student is having the exposure for physics, chemistry, and other economics, and some kind of computer related courses, then that kind of comprehensive exposure makes them so strong, and finally makes them to be critical thinkers. So if you are looking at the surroundings of our society, we can see so many problems existing. And if you focus on a particular problem, to get a solution for that problem, earlier, if the physics man is looking at that problem, he will think from his subject point of view only. And at certain point of time, he may lose the interest in analyzing that problem. So if the students are having multidisciplinary approach, knowledge pertaining to different areas, then he can focus on such kind of day-to-day problems or problems around us, problems existing in the society, and they will become critical thinkers for such kind of problems, and they can provide the solution for such kind of problems. So the ultimate goal of NEP 2020 is to have a multidisciplinary approach for the students by smashing the boundaries between the subjects, introducing majors, minors, open electives, like that. And finally, to produce critical thinkers, problem solvers, and solution providers. So in the process, students, they need to be focus on certain things. Say, for example, we all know what is invention. Newton has invented Newton's laws. Faraday has invented Faraday's laws. Like that, a thing which is discovered by a person, which is not existing earlier, is called as invention. So we have so many inventions. And the present day students, they need to be very focused and they need to be very thorough with such kind of inventions. And if a student is very thorough with the inventions, so that kind of getting exposure, deep exposure for inventions makes different students to think in a different way. And some students may come forward with some kind of innovative thoughts. So, invention is a mother, innovation is its daughter. Student need to be very thorough with inventions, and obviously they can think innovatively, and they are interrelated. If you are perfect with inventions, then there will be a scope for innovation. If there is no invention, you don't have any scope for innovation. And if there is no innovation, I can say there is no use of invention. There is not much use of invention. There are so many inventions. Certain inventions made the people to think in a variety way, in a different way, and they came up with some kind of innovative ideas. And sometimes those innovative ideas may convert into products or patents, or that may lead for some kind of startups. And those startups may finally turn up as a small industry and little big industry. And finally, he can come out as a successful entrepreneur. So this roadmap can be carefully observed. So I request all the students to be very thorough with inventions. If they are very thorough with inventions, there is a scope for them to think innovatively. And such kind of innovative ideas makes them to go for startups. And those startups may finally sometimes turns up into industries, and they may become entrepreneurs. And the new educational ecosystem, as per NEP 2020, is providing a very congenial atmosphere for such kind of students. Higher education institutions are thinking how to make the students as critical thinkers and how to make them to expose for industry internships and some skill centers, how to develop skill centers for providing skill for the students, multidisciplinary approach for students, and finally, how to make them to think innovatively. So invention is a mother, innovation is its child. If there is no invention, there is no scope for innovation. And if there is no innovation, that invention is going to be waste. So this is how we can understand the sharp difference between invention, innovation, startups, finally industries, and students coming out of the higher education institutions as entrepreneurs and job providers rather than job seekers. And we all know that India is going to celebrate 100 years of independence by 2047. And our Honorable Prime Minister recently has given a slogan that India should become Vikasit Bharat by 2047. And our Honorable Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu also has given a slogan like Vikasit Bharat by 2047. If you want to realize the country, Viksit Bharat 2047 or Andhra Pradesh as Swarnandhra Pradesh by 2047, definitely we the teachers need to be so focused about this implementation of NEP 2020, which ultimately makes the students to gain the knowledge as per their interest, their choice, and finally to turn up into the society as job providers rather than job seekers. So this is a little bit introduction which I want to give for the students attending for this seminar. And after that, see in the present days, people are talking about quantum technologies. right? Quantum computing, quantum communication, quantum sensing. These are the three important applications on which the scientific community, the governments are focusing, especially if you look at this Andhra Pradesh state government policies. Our Honorable Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu sir is frequently speaking about quantum valley. He want to make the Amaravati as quantum valley, right? So what is the difference between conventional technology and the quantum technology? How the people are so crazy about quantum technology? What additional advantages we are going to gain with the quantum technologies? That I want to touch upon, bringing some kind of linkage between the kind of research activity what I am taking up in my research laboratory. See, I was born and brought up in a village by name Tamarajpalli in Panya Mandal of Kurnool district, undivided Kurnool district. I had my early education in that village. Then I had my 6th to 10th education in Panyam. Then I had my intermediate in Panyam. I did my BSc from Arts College, Anandapur, MSc from SK University, and PhD from SV University. So I did my BSc also in Telugu medium. In those days, we don't have much choice except going through only Telugu mediums. So this is particularly why I want to say is, you can see the transformation. Even if I did my BSc in Telugu medium, and today I became a professor in physics. I worked in KL University for 14 years. And later I got the opportunity to work in Delhi Technological University, which is one of the premier technical institutes of this country, which stands at the 7th position in the country, including IITs, as per the India Today survey. And in that university, the minimum packages, maximum packages will be more than 1 crore, nearly 15 students will get. So far, 1.75 crore is the highest package gained by the students of Delhi Technological University, where I last worked there. And still I'm a professor there, and for 3 years of assignment only I came to Andhra Pradesh to work as a Vice Chancellor for Vikram Swinpur University, situated at Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. So, all of you are familiar with what we call Paytm, right? Because there is a digital transaction, and during that COVID time, we all have experienced payments to Paytm. The inventor of that Paytm, Vijay Shekhar Sharma, is a student of Delhi Technological University. Likewise, there are very good alumni of that university, occupied very good positions in the world, in the tech companies, civil servants. So it's a successful institute, technical university. That is one aspect. And during my tenure as a professor in Delhi Technological University, I have developed one laboratory related to photonic materials. You are familiar with electronics, right? A technology which is developed based on electron. You know what is electron? Electron is a negatively charged particle, and it is having some mass, and its path will be influenced by both electric and magnetic fields. In electric fields, it experiences a force F is equal to EQ, whereas in magnetic field, it experiences a force F is equal to Q V bar cross V bar. So all the physics people who are having fundamental knowledge about motion of charged particles in electric and magnetic fields, they are familiar with these kind of equations. So their motions will be influenced by electric and magnetic fields, that we know. And hello.
అడుగుదాం అనుకున్నాను వస్తావా అనేసి.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Sir, no, yeah, you can carry on. You can carry on.
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
So, electronics, that we know. See, applied semiconducting physics is nothing but electronics. You know what is a semiconducting material whose conductivity will be in between conductor and semiconductor? And such a semiconducting materials technology, if you are developing, that is nothing but broadly electronics. So a technology which is developed based on the motion of electrons inside the materials is simply defined as electronics. And we know that electron is a particle with some charge, mass, and its speeds are limited. and its motion is influenced by electric and magnetic fields. Now think about the photon. You know what is a photon? We know that light is a form of energy. When light is moving from one point to another point, we can say that energy is moving, right? And the question is, in which form the energy is moving from one point to another point? So the simple answer is wave or particle. Light is having dual nature. Light can act as a particle, it can also act as a wave. And the most interesting thing when you consider this dual nature of light is when light will act as a particle, when it will act as a wave. So is it possible for a light to act as a particle and wave simultaneously? The simple answer is light cannot act as a particle and wave simultaneously. At a time, it can act as a particle or as a wave. While it is acting as a particle, it cannot act as a wave. While it is acting as a wave, it cannot act as a particle. That is very clear. So, interesting thing is when it acts as a particle, when it acts as a wave is the most interesting thing. Then majority of the in situations, whenever I am asking a question like this in students in classroom, they will say that in photoelectric effect and quantum effect, light acts as a particle. In interference, diffraction, and polarization, light acts as a wave. No. Whenever light is interacting with material medium, it acts as a particle. Whenever it is not interacting, if it is simply passing, it moves as a wave. That is the answer for when light acts as a particle, when it acts as a wave. So, if you focus on such a photon, it is a massless particle, chargeless particle, and as it is a light particle, its velocity is equivalent to velocity of light, right? Try to see the difference between electron and photon. Electron is a charged particle. Photon is a chargeless particle. Electron is having some mass. Photon is not having any mass, right? And electron speed is limited. Photon speed is unlimited, 3 into 10 power 8 meters per second, because it's a light particle and its velocity is obviously equal to light velocity, right? Next, electron motion can be influenced by electric and magnetic fields. Since photon is a chargeless and massless particle, its motion cannot be influenced by electric and magnetic fields. So, because of these four differences, we got so much of advantage, right? In conventional computational techniques, in a conventional computer, the information can be processed as either on, off, 1, 0. On is 1, off is 0, right? Now, whereas in quantum computing, this information can be processed with 0, 1, and any other value which comes under the which comes with the superimposition of 0 and 1. So that is the greatest difference between conventional computers technology and quantum computing technology. So in quantum computing technology, the information can be processed not only in 0 1s, but with a combination of superimposition of the values which comes out of the superimposition of 0 and 1. That's why we have so many advantages in application areas like the quantum computing. The processing speed will be very, very high, and the amount of information that can be solved by this quantum computing will be very, very high. If conventional computers take so much of time to solve a problem, that will be solved within no time by using quantum computing, because its processing speed is very high, and the combinations is not only 0, 1, 0, 1, and these values which comes out of the superimposition of 0 and 1 also. So the next, another thing is, you might be listening to the word quantum entanglement. See, in photonics, photonics is a subject which deals with the photons only. And that is the area where I'm working. I'm working in photonics. We are developing the materials for photonics technologies. And photonics is having wide applications. We are focusing on 3 applications. I will explain you a little bit after this. What are the 3 applications on which we are focusing in photonics, right? So see the difference between photonics and electronics. The technology which is based on electron is called as electronics. The technology which is based on photon is called as photonics. And that photonics, when it is integrated with electronics, that gives us quantum technology. I'll repeat. Integrated photonics is nothing but quantum technology. See, anyhow, just now I explained you what is photonics. So a technology which is developed based on photon. a light particle is called as photonics. So that photonics integration with electronics gives you quantum technologies. So this is the introduction which I am giving. Now let me explain what is quantum entanglement. See, in photonics, it is possible to allow the energy to pass to the material and take the output energy. So light is entering into the material, it is coming out of the material. When it is entering, it enters with some energy, because in photonics, or when you consider photon, each photon will have energy h nu. All the science students knows this value, h nu. H is Planck's constant and nu is frequency. So depending upon the frequency of the light, frequency of the quantum particle, its energy will change, right? Whereas h is a Planck's constant. So if we allow low energy into the material, there is a possibility to get high energy out of the material. If you allow a high energy photon to enter the material, in turn, that may come out as a low energy photon. So if a low energy photon is allowed to enter into the material, if that is coming out as high energy photon, that conversion process, a low energy photon entering into the material and taking some kind of changes inside and finally coming out as high energy photon, is called as up conversion, where low energy photons are coming out as high energy photons. So since energy is getting upgraded, or for frequency is getting upgraded for the photon, it is called as up conversion. And the converse process is also true. So whenever you allow a high energy photon to enter the material, that may also come out as a low energy photon, right? And since that is, in that process, the energy is getting down, that is called a down conversion process or a down shifting process. So these two are the completely opposite phenomena, right? So in the down conversion process, a high energy photon enters into the material and comes out as two low energy photons. Say 100 units is entering into the material. Some wastage of energy will be there, say for example 20 units. And out of 80 units which supposed to come out of the material, it will split into two parts, 40 units for one photon, 40 units for another photon. So a 100 unit photon entering into the material, finally coming out as 40 units of two photons. So those two photons which are having equal energy, in other words, equal frequency, are coming out of a single photon, right? So they will have same properties as that of the incident photon. And among those two photons which are moving in different directions, if one is arrested, that information will immediately pass on to the second one. And this is called as quantum entanglement. And this happens irrespective of the separation of distance between the photons, right? So this kind of quantum entanglement is giving very high scope for sensing as well as quantum communications, increasing the security. So I'm not having deep expertise in this area. So it's only a peripheral thing that I'm telling you, with a clear understanding between what is the difference between photonics and electronics, and how that integrated photonics with electronics gives you quantum technologies, right? So quantum entanglement is giving so much of scope for us to maintain secrecy, quantum in communications, as well as in sensing technologies and quantum computing. So this is the introduction which I'm giving. So surprising thing is, you can ask me a question like, how low energy photon comes out as high energy photon? Is it in accordance with the law of conservation of energy? Yes, it is in accordance with law of conservation of energy. So two low energy photons will combine, and it comes out as a one high energy photon. So obviously, such a it's, of course, two two low energy photons will combine. Say for example, 50-50 units of two photons will combine and comes out as 90 units or 100 units of photon from the material. So this is how down conversion is possible. Up conversion is also possible. And up and down conversion technologies are providing very good scope for quantum computing in the coming days. So, Mr. Venkatesh? Mr. Venkatesh, can you hear me?
The one thing I really loved is when the people like S. Rao Garu or the vice chancellor of university, definitely is going to have a lot of impact. When people who know science, okay, become the heads of the institutions, definitely they are going to encourage the students and even the faculty member to do well in the coming days. And now I think you all will understand why A.S. Rao Garu are chosen as the among the 2% of the world scientists. So definitely, we are so proud of you, sir, to listen to you. And you all have listened to him, how from a small village, from a Telugu medium, he rose to the level of a professor, then to a vice chancellor of a very good university in Andhra Pradesh. I request everyone, please once again clap for him. He deserves our what we call as appreciations and definitely applause. He is an inspiration for all of us. How people with determination, right? They can reach to any level if they want. The only thing is you need to have that what we called as courage, and you need to have the discipline to reach that. And definitely, sir, we learned a lot about quantum mechanics. Definitely, one thing I really loved is when it behaves a particle, when it behaves as a wave. Definitely, is a confusion to a lot of the faculty members and even to the students. So definitely, that really interesting point. So we have definitely this session might seems like a physics session because all the speakers are today are from physics department. So we have one more guest of honor today. He's also gem of a guy, and we all love him. And I still remember when I changed from that JEE into advanced level teaching in 2009. I came across a book written by Anurag Mishra sir, that is especially thermodynamics. I learned a lot, sir. Definitely all the biology publication books written by Mr. Anurag Mishra sir, they are very, very, very good books were, and some problems were very difficult to understand also. So now we are going to listen from the man who wrote those books and who changed the lives of many people as Dr. S. R. Garu. And definitely, it is my pleasure to introduce Anurag sir for the today's session. So he did his BTech and MTech mechanical engineering from HBTI Kanpur. Sir is going to tell us more about that institutions because we rarely hear about it, and we only know IIT Kanpur, but we never rarely we hear about this HBTI. Okay, so we would love to hear from Anurag sir. And he was in coaching from 1995. Maybe almost I am his student because I completed my intermediate in 1994. So he started as a faculty from 1995. So he completed 30 years. Let us all clap for Anurag sir, who completed 3 decades of teaching because the people like him are very rare to find. And he started teaching from 1995 up to 2005. He ran his own institutions in Moradabad and Bareilly in UP. From 2005 2011 up to 2011, he was in Bansal classes as academic executive officer. From 2011, he shifted to Allen as a zonal head, Odisha. Then academic head also worked as academic head in digital JEE division. Now currently, after so much of experience, 30 years of experience, he started his own initiative called Conquer JEE. We all know all the physics people who are in that group. We know the progress of this Anurag sir. We already know about it. Under his guidance, a lot of this, especially the Olympiad students, got gold medals, bronze medals, silver medals, and more than 500 students under his able guidance scored ranks below 500, G advanced, all that. All there are more than 500 people got A top ranks, and he's, as I said, he's very famous for his books. He authored a lot of books under his name. They are the topic-wise series of 6 books for J Advanced Biology publication and numerical literacy of physics for J Advanced and Physics Olympiads. So, Anurag sir. Sir, ready?
Sir.
One
Thank
point
you,
for
sir.
Yeah, sir. Sir, I mean, yes, sir. Have a question for you.
not a question.
Okay.
So you announced that Anurag Mishra sir is from HBTI. I
Oh.
just want to add one point for this. I visited this this HBTI is now HBTU,
It is HBTU.
Harvard Butler Technical University.
Yes, it is
Just
HBTU.
yes, HBTU, and the present Vice Chancellor, Shamsher Singh, Professor Shamsher Singh is from Delhi Technological University only. He was my colleague. He is working as a Vice Chancellor since for the last 5 years in that HBTU. And I'm very fortunate enough to visit that institute as a expert member in an NAC team. So I visited that institute. It's a very good institute, and it's having 100 years of history. And it has celebrated 100 years of its legacy also. Recently, our President of India went to that place, and they had a time capsule installation. So it is such a big institute, and from which this Anurag Mishra sir came. So this is what I want to add, because I know what is HBTU.
Oh, wonderful, Anurag sir. We are so fortunate. First of all, we thank you so much, sir. You appreciated our
Institute is having so
invitation,
much of
and
legacy,
you wish
sir.
to send yours.
And,
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Now your time. We are all eagerly waiting to hear from you.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Srinivas sir, I'm extremely fortunate that I got to hear it from you. And between this lecture, there was a mesmerizing 25 to 30 minutes. Let me say mesmerizing means you all summed up the quantum mechanics in such simple words that no one can dream of. It was just mesmerizing, and I hope all the other colleagues would definitely appreciate this thing. They would also have realized it. So thank you, Venkatesh sir. Thank you all the dignitaries and all the teachers. Honorable Vice Chancellor sir said 3 very important points that struck me like bolt. Critical thinkers, problem solvers, and solution providers. So sir had such a deep insight into the things education policy. In these 45 minutes, we learned a lot through the experience of an educator and administrator. We are just test preparation teachers. I've been in 30 years in the field of test preparation only, preparing students for JEE Advanced and Physics Olympiads. Unfortunately, our education system has transformed into test preparation, job seekers. So these 3 words, in fact, will be transformation for India. The critical thinkers, problem solvers, and solution providers. And I will definitely try my best to inculcate these things into my students also. Thank you, sir, for this wisdom. I would like to thank you, Venkatesh, sir, for creating such a wonderful platform. Because when I visit it, I find it to be very interactive, knowledge sharing. You can share a lot, many things. The resources, information regarding every examination from board to university level to engineering, etc. And most importantly, a lot of counseling things, a lot of study material, and everything that a student needs. In fact, I don't think there are any other website like this, pan-India, that caters to students' needs. So thanks, Venkatesh sir, for providing us with this wonderful, wonderful website. Thank you, sir. Venkatesh sir had asked me to talk about role of teachers in grooming the students. So in many of my sessions, I use certain slides to emphasize that what overall structure of our grooming or coaching is. In fact, I call it a transformational journey. That means there's online classroom learning. A student learns from us. We give homework exercise. Then it consists of revision and backlog. Students solve those exercises, ask doubts, and then revision is integral part of that. Doubt solving is one of the most important things. In fact, when teacher delivers, it's just a one side of story. Unless doubts of the students are cleared, that means 90% of teaching is clearing doubts of students. Difference between an average teacher and a great teacher lies here in doubt solving. I found out that more you solve the doubts of students, more popular you are. So this is in my opinion, this has been one of the most fundamental pillars of the education, doubt clearance. In fact, inquisitive minds will learn to explore only when their doubts are cleared. Assessment and feedback, that is whenever results are announced, what is assessment of that, how to improve. Mentorship and care. These are the fundamental pillars of
पिज्जा कौन मंगा रहा?
these are fundamental pillars of
Yeah, Andak sir, please unmute yourself, sir, once. Andak sir, you are on mute. I can unmute, I think. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
So these are fundamental pillars of a system. There's classroom teaching, giving homework, removal of doubts, mentoring, care. So this is transformational journey. I use a lot of references from the greatest sportsman people because students can very easily relate themselves with the successful sportsman person because most of the students like sports. So I use a lot of references from sports. In fact, that ignites a kind of a spirit in them. In fact, knowing difference between winning and losing comes from sports activities. Sports give you the difference between winning and losing. So that's why I refer a lot to the sports. And I've collected many quotes that I give to the students. And in the end, I will sum up why I use this. A bad training day is also a great training day. Those days will keep you humble. No rain, no rainbow. This is one of my key thing to students in almost every alternate class or in every class. I always refer to students when they ask, sir, my doubts are not clearing. It's very difficult. I'm not understanding things, how to do, etc. And when they try to give up, then I will always remind them. I always remind them that there's no rain, no rainbow. The rainbow only comes after there's rain. Champions are champions not because they do anything extraordinary, but because they do the ordinary things better than anyone else. But who will tell these things to the students? Important point is who will tell these things to students? What is the role of mentorship? You don't show up on the game day and expect to be great. Greatness happens in practice. You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. Michael Jordan. The greatness happens in practice. And who controls that practice session? Who puts in discipline into that practice session? It is the teacher. So we teachers have got a great role in grooming. So when the students find that their mentor is disciplining them, mentoring them, putting them to hard grind, then they start loving those teachers. So whatever I've earned, whatever respect I earned, was only due to fact that I was a hard taskmaster. Nobody wanted me. Scouts told me to go to school to forget baseball. Coaches said, "You are never going to make it." I appreciated their honesty because I think when someone tells you something you may not like, you have to use that as fuel for motivation. That means one thing is very clear, which teacher should be very honest to the students. Very honest to the students. To tell them what exact their level is. Only then they can improve. In fact, in the current scenario, what I'm seeing, that most of the teachers are busy in kind of pampering the student due to the feedback system. They're over pampering. And during that over pampering, students go to the comfort zone and they're not able to realize their true potential. So if students are to realize true potential, then hard grind is absolutely necessary. When a coach takes it easy on you, they are setting you up for a hard life ahead. Don't take the coach for granted. That's constantly holding you accountable. This is the most important thing. Coach must hold their students accountable. They might seem annoying to you in the moment until one day when you are annoyed with the life you have. So it is better to feel annoyment during the training program than to regret for a lifetime. So all these slides have been used during my coaching the students. First of all, I always incite them a spirit that your coach will come hard on you. Just bear with that coach. Just bear with that coach and you will definitely be successful. And this is one of the most fundamental thing that I try to inculcate. A coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear. A coach is someone who tells you what you don't want to hear, who has you see what you don't want to see, so you can be who you have always known you could be. Means coach will always not be easy on you. He will be hard on you. He will come hard on you. And I say, if a coach is not pushing you, then that coach is actually cheating. He's cheating on. A coach must push students. So this is one of the most important thing I wanted to share with all the other educators. In fact, during the 30 years of my coaching, one thing that I learned is not the knowledge that you possess. It's mostly communication between you and a student that's most important. Teaching is actually 99% communication, 1% knowledge. 99% communication. Because there's a huge gradient between you and a student. So even if you are delivering 1% of your knowledge to the student, it's sufficient for them. Because you have got degrees, experience, you have learned so many books, you can explain everything in very short. So I always say teaching is 99% communication and 1% knowledge. Maybe percentage may vary for some teachers. Then there are some very simple points. teaching is not only between the students and teacher. In fact, teaching is a triangle: parent, teacher, and students. Many times parents come to me and in front of their ward, they say, my child is very average in mathematics. Or they say, my child is very weak in mathematics. He cannot do mathematics or cannot do physics. For every child, their father is or mother is hero. Whatever they say, they believe it. If you are saying कि my child is weak in this subject, so inherently he or she will believe that I must be average. That's my hero. My father is telling my teacher such things. So there are certain things that are to be told by parents directly to the teachers, not to the students. In fact, rather it should be reverse. Students must be told that you are very good at mathematics, just you have to realign yourself in some manner. The teacher, parent, and student, this triangle should exist. There are certain things that teacher needs to tell to parents directly, parents needs to tell teachers directly, and they can groom their student in their respective domains. Teacher in academics and in the healthcare, etc. Parents can tackle them, but there should be a triangle. So since I don't think adds much of time, but these were the points that I wanted to tell all of you. Then there's a very important thing that is of rigorous discipline. Once I had heard a story regarding great all-rounder Kapil Dev. While in training session, he was doing a lot of no balls. Then his coach put up a stump on the crease. So when you put a stump on the crease and bowler is coming on its run up, then definitely in order to avoid injury, he will ball a bit before from the crease. So in that process, the legendary Kapil Dev never bowled a no ball in his entire career. In fact, there are 5 bowlers who have never bowled a no ball in their test careers. Dennis Lilly, I just remember a few of them: Dennis Lilly, Imran Khan, Kapil Dev, Lance Gibbs. One more I'm missing. So this is regular discipline, rigorous discipline. And that discipline role is played by coach. Coach is such a powerful thing. They can transform lives. So rigorous discipline is one of the most important thing. Then one thing I always tell to students in the very beginning of the curriculum, there's a saying, a teacher opens the door, and students have to enter it by themselves. That means a teacher can just open the door. Students have to enter by themselves. A teacher cannot make students enter it. Teacher is a ladder. Teacher cannot make a student climb the ladder. Then as an analogy, I say them, teacher is magnetic field. It can just turn your direction. It cannot change your kinetic energy. It can just change your direction. Teacher is a pulley. It's a constraint. It can just change direction of your effort. It can provide mechanical advantage, but not at the cost of energy. So when I say such things, students repeatedly, when students come to realize they have to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, then only they will be getting success. So in the start of this session, Venkatesh sir says that there are many students who are copiers, followers. A copycat syndrome runs in pan India, entire India. So indeed that runs pan India. I've seen, because I belong to Kota, I've seen lakhs of students wasting their talent. In fact, they are very good at singing, very good at arts, very good at delivering lectures, means debates, etc. Got very good personalities. But they have been put into engineering preparation for IIT's preparation. So everyone should not be a follower. That means the student must be told very honestly that who can prepare for JEE and who cannot. But maybe due to financial things, commercial things, coaching systems, they want enrollment in lakhs. So I don't want to comment on that. But seriously, when a student comes to you, honesty is one of the most important things. So these things I've learned through my experience. So this is all from my side. Thank you, Venkatesh sir, for inviting me and giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And thanks, Honorable Vice Chairman sir. Just, I'm still mesmerized with those 25 minutes of yours physics that really moved me. So I'll really highly oblige if recording of this is shared with me, so that I can share it with the students and tell them that once Walter Levin says, Feynman said, that more learned people tell in more simple languages. The more learned you are, more simple your words will be. Thank you, sir. I was really honored. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Sir,
you so much.
you also really made a
Mesmerized.
wonderful seat and squad. Yes, sir. Anurag sir, we are all so blessed to see you on the screen and hear from you. And now we understand what exactly teaching is all about. The posters really said we do share a lot of quotes in the class, but the one takeaway from this session is you always said that, yeah, I do believe that students love sports people and sportsmen. And if instead of we say, if Virat Kohli says something else, they follow better than us.
Yes,
So
sir.
definitely connecting those two, what we call as thing is very important, sir. I do in my sessions also now onwards. Let us put a quote on a poster. Definitely that makes a lot of difference. Anurag sir, please stay back for another 10 minutes. So sir, Alam sir, you can go ahead.
Sir, Anurag sir, one
Yes, sir.
thing attracted me very much when your talk is 95% the way how you are communicating to the students. Knowledge plays only 1%. That is
Yes.
really
Yes.
amazing, sir. Amazing. See, being a teacher, we used to get exposure for so many things actually. We will have a lot of information, but how to pass that information to the different standard students, that is more important. Even if a person having so much of knowledge, if he's unable to communicate properly, so his knowledge cannot be transferred to the students. So amazing, sir. 95% communication will play 95% role in making the students wise to understand the things rather than intelligence. Amazing.
Yes, sir. Anurag sir, will take another 3-4 minutes before.
It's okay, sir. It's
Because
okay.
I
Fine,
just
sir.
wanted to tell you all what we exactly do at Edgoom. I think I'm very happy to see you. We'll take another 2 minutes. I just want to summarize what exactly we launched a product called Edge. Then we have a thing to announce today. We request the chief guest to announce the winners of this Institute Excellence Awards. Before that, I just want to play a small video. Then we'll see, sir. This is what we exactly.
What should I choose after my 10th? They say.
So, can you hear the audio? Anybody?
Yes, we are hearing.
PCM has more scope than PCP.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shall I go for it?
I like biology a lot. What if I couldn't make it in NEET after 12th? Could I able to face the pressure?
I want to be an IITian or NITian in future, and I need good coaching for it. Where do I take my admission in?
Now that my MCET rank is decent enough, so which colleges should I choose for admissions in Vizag?
Do I really want to do engineering, or am I just going with
Should I choose for admissions in Vizag?
Do I really want to do engineering, or
Really worth all the hype? What about ACA and EEE? Should I do much research about it or stick to CSE? What if I don't get a job after taking up other branches? Questions like these have been haunting us for the past 2 years now. We never had a clarity as to what to choose or where to go. There always has been a doubt lurking in the corner of our minds.
But after using a platform like EdGroom, we have been able to gain some clarity regarding our decisions and choices. Experienced people in these fields have helped us to be firm with our decisions.
What is EdGroom? EdGroom is an online platform that clarifies all your doubts regarding your career choices and gives you valuable advice. It has an answer for every question of yours. EdGroom is not only confined to science streams but also other etc. And since it's an online platform, you can have an access to it anytime.
This platform is run by experienced parents and
Venkatesh sir's way of approaching the students.
people like Venkatesh sir are many on EdGroom who are willing to help the students. They'll help you to take up your chance and make the right choice.
Welcome to EdRoom, where grooming excellence begins. EdRoom is India's first educational subscription platform for classes 8 to 12. We empower students, parents, teachers and institutions with the right knowledge, resources and guidance, all in one place. With the Edge member subscription, you get exclusive access to expert mentorship, personalised learning paths and career guidance designed to shape your future. Because at EdRoom, learning happens without limits. Join today and take the right step towards success and career growth. Visit www.edroom.com to get started.
So I'll just take a minute. So as a teacher, even Anurag sir also mentioned that the students are actually not having clarity. So I always say, don't follow the follower. The moment you follow the follower, you may end up in a big mess. Because I always say to the students, whenever you want to watch a movie, we always go for reviews. Without reviews, we don't go to a movie. So for just to watch a 3 hours movie, you are going to see all the reviews. Then
Taking up other branches.
but if you want really choose a career,
Questions like these have been
then how much time you need to invest to understand what exactly you are. So we developed a platform, EdGroom. As a part of it, recently we launched a product called Edge. Edge means empowering dreams and guiding excellence. In this, we have created this a premium product for EdGroom, where there are two options will be there. One is called Edge Scholar, another is called Edge Campus. Edge Scholar, we are just charging 499 rupees per year, and where the students are going to get all the personalized data. They have access to blogs. They also can access to webinars. And whereas Edge Campus, we are conducting, this is a collaboration program with the institutions where we are going to conduct physical sessions in the campus itself. But for this 499 rupees per year, the students are going to all the mentorship via EdGroom. Now I'll just show you how this Edge works. Just a minute. I'm going to show you. So here there is one My Edge dashboard is there, where we have provided a application form where the students need to fill their college or school name, phone number, select the city, class, board, and here we just created all the varieties of interest. Some students want to become a pilot, someone want to become an astronaut, somebody want to become a physicist, somebody want to know more about ECE, but unfortunately none of us saying all these things in the college. So what EdGroom is doing is we have given the application form where students can select any of these interests, and similarly we also listed all the engineering entrance exams. For example, they want to engineering. Once they state engineering, select engineering, they are going to see list of all engineering entrance exams that are conducted in India. All the popular exams you are going to see. And suppose if somebody is interested in, say, let's say, architecture, and then we are going to see all the exams related to architecture like BR, B planning, SEED exam, NOT exam, NDA DAT. So students can select any exams which they want to write, which they want to prepare. Unfortunately, when I show these exams, students are saying, sir, we never know there exist these many exams. When I ask them what is BITSAT, they're unable to say, they're just saying BITS planning. So here we have given the students an option to select whichever the career they want, whichever the information they want. Once they submit, they are going to see all the information related to interest. For example, you see, every Monday we are sending one motivating Monday, an article which is about a success story of a person. For example, if you look at the success story of this shoes called Crocs, the students will understand how much effort required to make a company successful. And every Monday, as I said, we are sending one success story. They can just read on every Monday morning, just open that room. Definitely those stories are inspiring. And in the previous, we have shared the success story of Zoom. Then we have shared the success story of Canva, all that. And similarly, after that, once they select an engineering, see, these are the exams I selected. I selected JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, AP, APSET. The moment I select JEE Mains, I am going to see all the content related to JEE Mains. For example, you see weightage in JEE Advanced, IIT JEE, how much weightage for JEE Mechanics to all that. Then if you go down, what is the analysis of physics 2025? Actually, I've seen most of the data will be with the teachers, but we don't see this data with the students. And definitely this information, when the students have access, they'll understand what to focus, what not to focus. So, and then what the different IITs and IIITs. So some content snippets to them. And all this information is just about JEE Mains exam. And what is the analysis of JEE 2020 physics paper? We have written all these things. So in this way, student, if he is a part of the EDGE program, they are going to get every information they wanted. They need not search here and there. The team at Google is going to send them every information related to. And if I want to know what JEE Advanced is all about, then we are going to send article related to JEE Advanced. In this way, the student is going to get every information based on their interest. So it is a completely, we have personalized the content, and definitely almost 2,000 people have started using this. We are collaborating with the colleges, and we need support from all the faculty members, because after 25 years of my service as a physics teacher, I stepped out of my job to spend more time on this. To listen from you how useful this EDGE program to the student community, because you are in the field from last 30 years. Anurag sir. Anurag sir, shall I repeat my question? I understood.
Your question's a question, please, sir. I request sir to please repeat the question.
Sir, can I repeat the question again? Shall
Yes,
I
sir.
repeat?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We have developed a product called EDGE, sir. EDGE is nothing but empowering, educating excellence. Guiding excellence, sorry. So what we are doing is, sir, the moment a student select, for example, we create an application form where we have listed out all the exam related to, for example, if I select engineering, so the moment I select engineering here, we are going to see all the entrance exams that are there in India, maybe national level, state level exams like that. And the student can select any exam. So for example, I'm also interested in, let's say, Sastra. I may be interested in UZ. I'm interested in WITI. So in that way, student can select exams. So the list will be added here. Suppose the student is interested to know what exactly aeronautical engineering is all about. artificial intelligence, astronomy. They can all select it here. Once after selecting their interest and exam they are wanted, right? Once they submit, what they are going to see, sir, their information is coming every week. We are going to send them 2 articles per week based on their interest. I've selected some career interests. Say, let's say aeronautical engineering. So the moment I click on engineering, I'm going to see only the information related to that field. Now I'm also interested to know what is artificial intelligence. I have all the information related to artificial intelligence. Similarly, I'm also interested in engineering exams. For example, I'm interested in JEE Mains. So what we are doing is we are sending every information related to JEE Mains, sir, like previous papers, analysis, cutoff marks, number of seats available, what is JOSA, what is CSAP, every information related to JEE Mains.
Venkatesh, you are not audible.